from the Rose City's Historical Secret Society. It's live in Portland with Chris Franklin. This week, welcome musician Rich Hunter, aka Risky Star, comedy by Lane Edwards, Chad Brown of Soul River Inc. and Soul River Runs Deep, and comedy by Jordan Hayes and music by Rich Hunter. Featuring our in-house band, Sexy Marvin and the Extraterrestrial. Now here's your host. He's hipper than hip, Chris Franklin!
Society, everybody. This is the Turnout. Every Monday you could come out and celebrate our neighborhood, our city, Portland. Stand up for yourself. This is like an awesome place, an awesome opportunity. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming to this show. This has been a long time coming. I went back to the first Instagram post I ever did with Lost in Portland. And I guess you could say the origin story of Lost in Portland. And for me, there's something very sentimental to it. This was at a crossroads in my life. I just moved to Portland. I didn't have any friends. I moved away from everything in life that I felt was so special. And I moved into a place that was unknown to me. Of course, I was scared. I was timid. I was in a relationship that was crumbling. And it was a point in my life when I felt overwhelmed with depressive thoughts. And something that's very real to all of us, and I think needs to be acknowledged, is when those thoughts come, like, it's time to react. It's time to do something about it. So the first video was definitely a fuck it moment. Like, fuck it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to search for happiness every single day of my life. And I found that when you look for it, it actually finds you. And we're here 5 years later. I've got a room full of so many amazing people. I could look every one of you in the eye, and I'm just thrilled that you're all here. And we get the chance to showcase Portland's finest entrepreneurs, comedians, musicians, and artists, and it's a time to celebrate one another. So with no further ado, we're going to start this show. I'm excited to bring to you. I'm going to bring a comedian on stage. I'm so happy he's here. Lance Edwards, come on out. Is this uncomfortable? It's a live show, guys. This is our first one secret society, so we got some things to do. Dope. We got our first comedian. Go on out!
Well, I apologize. Just wanted to fit the stereotype. How y'all doing, man? Y'all solid over here? We good? This shit is beautiful here, man. Y'all give it up for every other artist you've seen tonight so far. Trying to be cool about this shit because I was a fat nigga and I just ran up them stairs trying to act like I got my breath. Fellas, you know how you try to have sex and you pumping your hardest and she look back at you trying to keep your cool and then she turn back around you You good at that? No, I'm fine. Okay, let's keep going. My fault. I got a lot more shit worse than that, so just buckle up. I'm telling you, motherfucker, I also manage an overweight strip club called Heavy's. I put peanut butter on my chest, they call me coffee cake. I'm the chef in that bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Was you supposed to laugh that hard? Oh, yeah, okay. Porn has made me realize I don't know how big a black penis truly is. No, I'm serious as hell. I have no clue where I land at this point in my life. I saw a porno where a man's penis was so big, I put mine away. You know how big somebody's dick got to be for you to be jacking off? You go, what is that? That is not human. It's too much pressure to be a black man in pornos. It is, man. Can't watch that shit with your woman. You watch this big dinosaur dick bastard fuck something. Meanwhile, you sitting there with whatever you got. Not judging you, but whatever you got ain't that. It's the same kind of pressure for women though in pornos. Have you ever seen the way women give head now? That shit is like a horror movie. It's not even cool. Maybe back in the day it was nice, you know, oh, no penis, no penis. Nowadays, grab that mother. Like they're about to conquer something. Like it's so uncomfortable. Hey. They make these noises, that's weird ass noises. Whoa. Take it out, and they coughing, and fucking mascara and shit is running down their face. Like you pause the movie, it's like, fuck, this is a horror film. Fuck, this is too much. We all know, you gotta finish the movie. Play. It should be too much. In y'all relationships in here? Round of applause. 7 of y'all. Packed house, and there's a lot of people sitting next to each other, but everybody ain't together. That's cool. It's our second date. Shut the fuck up, Lance. I don't know, like I said, if my dick is big, but I do know this. I got house key dick, and I'm sorry, let me explain that to you. I don't know if my dick is big, but I do know this. I fuck well enough to live with you for at least 6 months. I I know I'm that good. Like, I know I'm good enough for you to let me be with you and feed me and keep me warm for 6 months. Now, month 7, shit start changing. Like, God damn, he ain't got no job. Fuck, you been here all day. Is this house still dirty? King of PlayStation in this bitch, don't you? I got all the records. I fuck through the cramp, fellas. You know the cramp to get in the back of your leg and shit. I done seen them carry LeBron James off the court. I fucked through that. So if you're looking for me afterwards, Lance Edward on Facebook, and I will be selling house key dick shirts, and that's eggplant plus house key equals 6 months. I'm Lance Edward. Y'all have a good night.
Lance Edwards, everybody! Yo, we've been doing this show for 14 weeks now, and we've had comedic guests all throughout the week. You got to see our alumni in the pre-show, Zane and Amanda, who absolutely killed it. And it goes to show you, Portland has an amazing comedy scene. Lance has just proved, so give a hand to our comedy scene. My next guest, I'm so happy to bring him on. He's going to do a dual singing for us. First we're going to interview, and then we're going to see a performance from this man. His music's so inspiring. A Portland native, Rich Hunter, come on out.
This is amazing. Look at this. The crowd is amazing. Portland, Oregon, 503.
Yeah. I'm happy to have you on. Let's talk about that. 503. You've seen it all of your life.
Yeah, I've seen from when I was raised here, and I've seen cultural change. I've seen a lot of buildings being constructed and different things happening, but it's just great to be alive throughout the whole thing, man. So,
yeah.
I mean, I try to look at things in a grateful perspective, and I'm grateful to be alive, and that's like the main thing, you know. So. And
it is the main thing. The reason I was so excited to have you on the show is because of your perspective. Now, you're a singer, rapper, songwriter. You kind of do it all. You've been doing it for some time now.
Yeah, long time. I'm old, man.
Let's talk about Risky Star. Let's talk about the beginning days of Risky Star.
Well, I first started off when I was about 18 years old, and I started recording music right out of high school. I went to Grand High School. I don't know if there's any Grand Junior. High school when I was a young guy, and a little misguided, and my cousin who's back there, he was playing pro ball for the Houston Astros and the Mariners and all that. His name is Brian Hunter. He's back there.
Brian Hunter.
One of the fastest guys in the league. 9 years strong. Him and I, he was like, Rich, if, I really want to see you do your music thing and really, just get away from, all the knucklehead shit and really just kind of get it together. And he's like, how about we start this company together, 21 Ways Productions. So him and I started 21 Ways Productions, and we ended up traveling a lot together. I had a band called The Lab back then. About 5 albums later, we get to the place in my life where I came out with my real name, which is Rich Hunter, and kind of switched the thing up from kind of doing the rap thing with the singing thing to straight up neo soul R&B stuff, because I feel like that kind of is a classic thing that can kind of go on, and hip hop is a young man's game, man. So I'm trying to evolve into my classic grown man thing, So,
yeah, type. And I've been thinking lately, like, we need more neo soul.
That's my roots. So that's what I love. Like, I'm a big '90s R&B head. You know what I mean? Like, even back even way further, '70s. And I just love good soul music, man, and it's just so good. That's what I listen to in the whip, and it's just
And with that, like, you sometimes do performances with a full band, like
most times. That's like my main thing. Tonight will be a rare one that I just kind of got the backgrounds, but I mean, I've kind of got a little spoiled, man. I love the live band aspect of it.
Let's talk about your residency at Jack London.
Yeah, so I do a Neo Soul Sunday night at Jack London Review. You guys should come down and check it out on a Sunday. We have live bands out there every single Sunday. We've had Jared Lawson, Liv Warfield, just a ton of different really great artists out there. Michelangelo's going to be there this next Sunday. What we want to do is really just showcase a lot of local talent and really put people that have been here that are doing great things in the spotlight, especially with a city that's emerging as fast as Portland is. And so they don't really get lost in translation of being kind of like the older folks that have been here, but just kind of still staying relevant. Mm-hmm. And then also bringing national acts that can kind of help carry and bring that night into the spotlight. So it's been a really great thing. I get a chance to perform there from time to time, but I really like to curate the night and book the artist versus me performing all the time, because that would be pretty old just seeing me every Sunday. So.
And I mean, that's something that motivates our show. Obviously, it motivates your show. Is that there's so much talent here in Portland, and it seems to go under the radar.
Yes, for sure.
What are some of the ways beyond our shows, both my show here at Secret Society, your show at Jack London? I'm always trying to think of ways that we can address, like, how we can move around the city supporting the musicians that they put their blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just speaking of that, today I had a photo shoot. Marmoset Music, if you guys heard of them before, they're doing a spotlight on me on the 22nd of this month, and I was super grateful because, once again, I've been in the town. I've been doing music for a very, very long time. But a lot of you may not know me, and one of their jobs and what they're doing with the artists that they have is really putting them on a platform so that people can be exposed to more people and whatnot. And so I just put out an album called Third Eye Inspiration last year, and then I just put out a single last month called Vibrations, which I'll be performing tonight as well. And I think that just first of all, I mean, besides being a part of other companies and people trying to put us out there, one thing that we can kind of continue to do ourselves is just continue to uplift each other and continue to support each other. We all have our arts and our dreams and things that we like and we love. And as long as we can make sure that we're continuing to recognize that human part of ourselves, then we can kind of get that back to each other. So just, love one another. It's easy. It's the golden rule, you know what I mean? And then that kind of goes along into supporting people as well. It's easy. So.
Yeah. So, there's a million questions I want to ask you. But it comes to, like, it seems what you're searching for. You talk about your third eye and you talk about vibrations. And there's something that is linking all of your albums, all of the work that you've ever done. Like, it seems that you have a message beyond the music.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just kind of explained it a little bit. I just feel like we sometimes as society get kind of lost in some of our descriptions and just just day-to-day stuff where we're all put in these boxes. We got to check this box and check this box here, and the only thing that we should be checking is that we're human and alive. And that's just like, it's kind of a cliche thing, but at the same time, there's so many different things that separate us as human beings. We don't get a chance to really actually interact with each other and get to know each other. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's one of my messages in my music, is I just want to really try to bring people together. Because as a youngster, there's things that's going on within my own community, and as a black man that I understand. So as a youngster, you're focused and grounded in on that, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. But then as you get older, you realize that there's a huge world out there. There's a universal world out there with people all over the world that are suffering just like you, and they recognize the oppression that goes around the world, and those people also support you. And so when it comes down to that, it's more of a universal revolutionary mindset that you have versus your own struggle or different things. You can actually look outward, and so I think that that's a important thing within the music that I'm trying to bring, is just a message of universal love, for sure.
Hell yeah. Rich Hunter, everybody. Before you leave, let my audience know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you can find me Instagram, Risky Star, is at Risky Star, Rich Hunter. And then I'm on Spotify as Rich Hunter. I'm on iTunes, Rich Hunter, all the other places that are out there worldwide. You can check it out. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Take it away, Marvin. got Ski Bop, Sexy Marvin. Such a beautiful house band. Guys, this is about the city, and I've got this amazing new voice to this city who is just so impactful with all she does. She's coming to you today as a comedian, but she's also a writer, a columnist, an activist. She helps people find their voice, and I'm really excited to bring her to the stage. Jordan Hales, come on out.
I'm actually feeling really shy today. There's a lot going on. I want to put on my glasses so I can see you. Oh, hi.
Are we all in 3D?
We're all in 3D. Thank God I have on my contacts, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see shit. These glasses are too cute to actually be prescriptions. Yeah. I decided to leave my backpack on because I wanted to feel like a nerd. Like this, and like this. I thought it went well, like with my story. And the best time of my life was when I was in school, so I just wanted to reminisce a little bit because now I'm 30 and it's like, well, I'm 32, fuck it, I'm lying already. Oh, and everything's gone to shit now, so I just wanted to reminisce about when I was a straight-A student. My mom actually liked me. I talked to my mom the other day. She's really excited for grandchildren. It's a moment for moms and dads, Like, Mom, I'm so excited that you're excited for grandchildren, but bitch, I don't have a boyfriend. Like, what is wrong with you? I am not gonna be a single mom right now, okay? I'm not, shout out to all the fucking single moms, but I'm not doing it. She's really cute. I really love her. I mean, she's mean, but she is very cute. She's very cute. She is very pretty. She's prettier than I am. And I'm really pretty. Let me show you the back of my head. Yeah. Her name is Jennifer. She'd kill me if she knew I was telling you her name. But I just called her a bitch, so I guess I'm already in a shit ton of just, a lot of stuff. My mom was trying to hook me up with this guy. I was at home for a little while. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I'm a country girl living in the white world of Portland. Actually, this is the blackest room that I've been in a while. I know you guys might be like, it's hella fucking white people in here. Nah, nigga, it's like 10 black dudes up in here. Where the hell y'all been? Where the hell y'all been? I've been out on 8th Street, on Broadway, in Northeast. Y'all niggas supposed to be in Northeast. I know what happened to y'all, though. That's okay. Yeah, all these dudes were like, hey, what's up? I was like, oh my God, I don't have time to talk. I'm about to go on set. But if you would like to meet me in real life so we could just be friends, that would be great, Anyway, back to my mom. So she's trying to hook me up with this guy. And she was like, I met this guy. She doesn't really talk like that. I'm exaggerating. She was like, he's really nice. He's a great guy. And I trust her because she picked my dad, and my dad is awesome. He also gets on my fucking nerves. But my dad is awesome, and I do believe that she has good choice in it. She's like, so I met this guy, and he looks like Morris Chestnut. For those white people who don't know Morris Chestnut, he's really fucking hot. And I was like, oh, you met somebody who looks like Morris Chestnut. Now, I'm 32, but I'm still not comfortable talking about anything relevant to my personal life with my parents. Maybe because I'm an only child, and it just was weird the whole time that I grew up with them, But yeah, I was like, okay, Morris Chestnut, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. So anyway, I wasn't really that excited, but you know, I was willing to go with it. And so she was like, he works at the bank. And I just so happened to need to go to the bank. And I was like, I'm just really trying to like visit my great grandma. She's like 102. Like, I don't really want to make a pit stop, even for a dude that looks like Morris Chestnut. Like, my great grandma could die at any fucking time. Like, we need to go now. Like, to, like, you know? So anyway, I sit in the car. She goes inside. I'm thinking I'm safe. I'm on the phone. Yeah, to my friends. Blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, knock, knock. On the goddamn window of the car. And there's my mom, and there's a guy. And I get out because I don't have a choice, because even at the age of whatever I was at that time, my mom would still kick my ass. And yeah, I was like, hi, how are you? You definitely don't look like Morris Chestnut. Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. So that was the end of that. It didn't go anywhere. She was really pissed at that point. She tried to hook my best friend up. Like with this guy, I'm like, what type of dating service are you? Like a 60-year-old dating service, like for people? So yeah, that's mom. Anyway, I haven't had sex in like 135 days, probably more. I tried to masturbate for a really long time. I'm still not mature enough to get a fucking dildo. I'm afraid that my mother will find it. So I got like a little bullet thing. It's like lime green, and you could say that it's like, I don't know, like a fun toy for the dog. Like, hey, go fetch, you know what I mean? So nobody would really know that it's a vibrator, you know? But I don't think anything's working down there anyway. I try to look down there and talk. Like, hey. You know, but I just turned 32, and my stomach's a little bit larger than it used to be. And I know that there's some people who are a lot larger than I am that are like, look, bitch, you're skinny. Don't start no shit about your fucking body. Everything's fine with your fucking body. But I have a valid complaint. I can't see my cooch anymore. Can't see it. Can't fucking see it. So I'm like talking, more like shouting, like over my protruding belly. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, hey. And she's like, bitch, don't fucking talk to me. I ain't had no dick, no tongue, no finger, not even a fucking look because of your ass. I'm like, oh my God, like, do we have to argue? She's like, bitch, go sleep on the couch. I'm like, I can't sleep on the couch. Like, we're connected. She's like, find a fucking way. So that's what I've been doing. I've been sleeping on the couch. And yeah, I don't even fucking know how much fucking time I have, but I would like to say that I wrote a piece relatively like not that long ago. It was called Rapunzel's Vagina. It was really fucking good, guys. It was some of the best quality writing I've ever had in my life, and not enough of you laughed. There are many things that are philosophical in this world, okay? And 2 Chainz with his birthday song. He really started off really well. He was like, they asked me what I do and what I do it for. And I was like, yes! That's the question that everyone needs to fucking answer. And then he was like, all I need for my birthday is a big booty girl. And I was like, fuck, okay, fine. But anyway, with Rapunzel's Vagina, I was like, yo, if Rapunzel had all that hair on her head, how much hair did she have on her vagina, yo? That's my time. Have a good one.
before you leave, tell my audience how they can find you on social media.
How you can find me on social media? If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at JordyHay. No one's got to remember that. JORIEHAY. But my website is jordanhales.com.
Awesome. Marvin, take it away. Someone very special in the building tonight, and I'm so happy to get him in one of these chairs. He's doing so much for the community, so much for the outdoors, and he's sending a message that is true to my heart, and I think we all should give a hand to Chad Brown. Chad Brown, come on out. Everybody.
What's up, Portland?
You brought a guest with you.
I did.
You always bring a guest with you.
Absolutely.
Tell us about Axe.
This is Axe, my service dog. Carries the name of a fallen hero, part of the Red Wing team, Navy SEALs team. His name is Axe, off of Matthew Axelson. And he's my service dog, and he watches over like an angel.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about post-combat vet Chad Brown. You left serving kind of with a mission of finding yourself once again. And through that you built Soul River. But it was a mission that you found through fly fishing.
Right.
Yeah. Tell me about the impact of getting that first rod in your hand and actually going out and fly fishing.
Wow. It's a couple years back, but that first feeling was like a feeling of when I hooked it on my first fish. I actually felt like I was actually pushing a lot of the medication out of my system. Mm-hmm. It was nature that was pushing that, basically. I was fighting a lot of heavy meds. And when I went to the river, and for that last time, I felt myself aligned with I guess the stars was aligned, et cetera. But I got this feeling I was ready to kick some ass, get back into society, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about Soul River Runs Deep. Started as a nonprofit. You also have Soul River Inc. You take post-combat vets and children from disadvantaged situations into the outdoors, but not just out to Forest Park.
Right.
You've taken people to the Arctic Circle.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the intent of those missions.
We call them deployments. Mm-hmm. Military term. We transfers over, basically. And what we do is we mobilize at-risk youth and combat veterans together. We use a veteran as a way of serving that youth, to give them an opportunity to push forward in life. And then that youth gets an opportunity of a long-term big brother and big sister. Mm-hmm. When we identify these areas throughout the United States, we look at areas that are under threat.
Yeah.
And these areas that are under threat basically becomes our mission and becomes our march as veterans and also youth. And so we identify these places and we use these places that are under threat into a curriculum. The mm-hmm. veteran steps up on an expedition, and it's literally a expedition. And they use these curriculums as a way of teaching and engaging our at-risk youth that are already disconnected are dealing with barriers of trying to get to the outdoors. So we use the United States as basically as our backyard. And whatever place throughout the United States where environmental issues that are happening or fresh water, whatever the case is, that becomes our mission and that becomes our march. And so I march and do missions up to the Arctic Circle. We do everything from 180 miles of river run, backpacking, etc., into the Arctic Circle 5 times. And it's any kind of weather. We face conditions anywhere between negative 12 degrees, sideways rain, sleet, etc. And the youth take a step up. It's the veterans basically that act as a community and give these youth an opportunity of a platform, a lifetime platform, and helps them with their leadership and helps them with their goals, etc. And then when we come back, we also help with build those bridges and lead them into internships in college, etc.
Wow. So you're taking kids probably in some of the worst conditions in America. You know, like they've got a lot to fight for,
Right.
and you're taking them to these places where they're working directly with outdoors and environments that they're not privy to.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that first day. A lot of those kids are out there.
Our deployments start off small and they grow, and so the youth, they actually go through a rank system and they become basically a Soul River Inc. leader. But even when we go into these extreme environments that are literally off the grid, they are faced with a lot of different challenges. And so you start to see the layers come down. In all my deployments, I'm aligned with the therapists out there at a readiness, basically. When you're out there and outdoors, anybody who's backpacked, it's the longer you stay out there, nature has a way of basically ripping those layers off. And so that's what we start to see. The layers start to come off, they start to peel off, and we're there at a readiness to help engage with that, along with the therapist. But at the same time, it's the youth that actually teaching us something. The veterans and everything, because we're all fighting our demons from war, etc. And when we're out there, it's the youth that are actually engaging back with us and giving us coping skills and different types of form of skills that help us be able to punch through what we're dealing with. So you got like 2 soldiers, right? One has fought for the country and one is actually fighting for their own community. And so it's like an iron sharpening iron process, So I'm sharpening that iron, and that youth is sharpening me as iron as well.
Yeah. Wow. So along with being a veteran, you're also a clothing designer. You've had a history working as a clothing designer. You do photography. You've got a love and a passion for fly fishing. It seems like you've put all your talents into Soul River. What does that mean to you?
Oh, that's deep. Soul River, to me, it's my personal walk. It's a place where I find my medicine to keep me recharged, to keep me moving forward. And every time I see a life that's changed on the river and a veteran that actually is going to come back again and take a stand with me, that's my Soul River. But I don't like try to push that Soul River onto anybody, because everybody has their own Soul River.
Okay.
So whatever you can find that helps you with your recharge and it helps you get back, pull yourself up, life hits you down, that becomes your Soul River.
Yeah. There's a concept. Yes. There's a concept that was introduced to me, and it was in order to give, we must receive. And I think that you've found your source in the river. Like for me, I could personally say that I found my source in the waterfalls, and where when it comes to recharging so that I could give back to my community, I need the outdoors. I think something that should be addressed is there's a lot of inner city, and I'm using all the cliche words, I'm talking about like minority youth who haven't had access to the outdoors. They've lived in cities their whole life. And I'm sure that's something that you have to overcome. But for me, moving to Oregon was an opportunity to exist in the outdoors while also existing in the city. And how do we fill that gap?
That's a complicated question. The most.
Yeah,
I would say
without a doubt.
the simplified down. I think one of the pieces to add into that gap to help thread that is the lack of community.
Yeah.
You know, and I think each and every one of us has that connection to community, and when we're disconnected, it can cause us to go in many different directions and also to lose focus on what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it can also be a healing. You know, just to go back to a warrior, when you got a warrior that goes off the war and comes back from a native standpoint, it's their community that takes care of that warrior.
Yeah.
It's that community that gives them that healing and that process to get back.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think a lot of us walk through life where we're disconnected from many different communities.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the magic, is staying true to your community and having that community support to help you launch back and get recharged.
Awesome. And we have a beautiful community here. Chad, how can they find you on social media?
You can find my website at soulriverinc.org, and you can same thing on the IG, Instagram.
On Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to give my number out though, but you can.
Yeah. Chad, I just want to thank you so much for coming out. Like, you are a true soldier for our community, and you're building in so many people's lives. And it's a true honor to not only have you on the show, but have the ability to introduce you to so many people. So one more time, can we get a hand? Marvin, take it away. But before I leave, this is Turnout Mondays. We're going to have live events every Monday here at Secret Society. So make sure you come to those events. Live in Portland films every Monday. We film live. If you don't know, this is also going on our Facebook feed. And we're going to share all these conversations with our audience all around the world, showcasing what talents Portland really has. And we met him before during the interview. I'm so excited for you to hear his music. Rich Hunter, come on out.
What's up, y'all? How you doing? Yeah, I'm super stoked that I could be the one to close it out tonight with some music and some positive vibes. Man, you're amazing what you're doing for the community. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Some amazing people here tonight. All right, B-Hunt, what's going on, man? Let's start it off. Check it out. Now everybody say smile again. Smile again. And say smile again. Smile again. Hey, if I could change this whole world and make it better for you, I'll make you smile again. I'd watch you dance the pain to the ground from which it came, so we can smile again. If I could change this whole world and make it better for you, I'll make you smile again. I'll watch you dance the pain to the ground for which you came. All right, y'all. Talk to you. Everything in this life ain't gonna be easy. The only thing that matters is if you try, yeah. The cards been stacked against you, no. And Lord knows why. Come over your ways of thinking. got us taking one another's lives. And I just want to see you proud to live there. Portland, throw your smile to the sky. Yeah, if I could change this whole world and make it better for you, I'll make you smile again. Yeah, want to see you smile. I watch you dance the pain to the ground from which you came, so we can smile again. Yo, B, take it to the next one time. That's a quick short snippet off of my other joint, Smile Again, off of Third Eye Inspiration. Hope you dug it. I'm gonna do a couple more for you, just went in and out real quick. This next one is called I'm a Man. I got a video out for it. It's just kind of touching on the fact that it's kind of messed up that we have to say I'm a man, or this. But sometimes in society, we're not recognized as human beings, so you have to say that. So this is one of those songs where I was really feeling like I need to say that. So here we go. Let's go behind. Yeah. Once again, Rich Hunter, Third Eye Inspiration. Thank you so much, Chris, for having us. Appreciate you, brother. I gotta stay hard in the world, but I feel like they really don't need you. See, I'm a man in this world, better recognize me as an individual. Yeah, cowards play God with their life, cause the fear's being instilled in you. See, I'm a living life, so to kill me is just something that you won't do. Another day in the land that we call to live in. The rich don't give a care about the poor. They're about to piss in. Be careful who you follow. They hate and say that they're Christian. Preacher don't want me dating his daughter cause of my pigment. Enough to make a brother go crazy, make him go ignorant. Shout out to all my homies in Egypt, no air condition. Shout out to all my homies in Portland, no place to live in. Aliens look at me strange on my block, and that's just a given. Protecting my family and being real is my religion. Crooked government officials try to trap us in their system. I'm in tune with myself, so I never ever listen. Native is in my blood, so honor is my tradition. All I know is I can only do me. And if you ain't doing you, then you probably ain't a G. We ain't asking for permission, no for no apologies. In the world full of hate and blatant hypocrisy, I gotta stay hard in the world, but I feel like they really don't need you. See, I'm a man in this world, better recognize me as an individual. Yeah, cowards play God in their life, cause the fear's being instilled. Put your ones in the air if you're an individual tonight, y'all. Yeah, yeah. That's why I teach y'all that. Check it out. Let everybody say one love. I say one love. I say one love. Yeah, yeah. Cowards play God with the night, cause the fear's being instilled. Yeah. See, I'm a living life, so to kill me is just something that you won't do. Brian, go to the next one, brother. That's the one, y'all. This song's called Vibrations. It's on iTunes right now. Really reflective song that I came up with. Really talking about myself and my experiences one time. Hope you enjoy. Why you get so caught up in the world's things to do? Why you so neglectful of the ones that's loving you? And why you pay attention to those that don't have your back? And why you always waiting instead of taking control of that? Yeah. You know there's only so much time left before they're gone and leave you lonely, standing in the mirror. You say to yourself, you need the real thing. If you're willing, oh, time's worth more than money. How many of y'all know that? Life's not perfect for me. Yeah. Blue skies and good vibration. Good God to meditation. Time's worth more than money. Life's not perfect for me, but blue skies and good vibration. ganja meditation. Yes. Your love is so conditional. That's so cliche, bad vibe and unoriginal. Blue skies, sunshine and green trees, green trees. I escape the madness and get my mind free, get my mind free. Heartbreaking, hard times have all affected me. Listen, y'all. It's what you do with the pain that makes you happy. Oh no, said time's worth more than money. Life's not perfect for me, no, but blue skies and good vibration. Good ganja meditation, oh yeah. Time's worth more than money. Do y'all know that? Life's listen back here. Blue skies and good vibrations. Good ganja meditation. Thank you guys. My name is Rich Hunter. I appreciate you.
Guys, I want to thank you so much. We do this every week to showcase our community, the people who are around us. It's important that we look at each other and realize the potential in each and every one of us. Can I get my crew up to the stage? Crew up to the stage. Crew up to the stage. Annalise, come on. Come on. Crew up to the stage. Guys, we wouldn't be able to get this done without Roy and Kyle. You're seeing the backs of their heads, but they make this all happen. I want to thank my team for coming out and putting in so much hard work. Like, this is pure love and dedication. I want to thank Mad Hippie for supporting this movement. I want to thank Abby Creek for supporting this movement. And I want to thank every single one of you all for coming out today. This is the start of something new. We're going to start to love one another in Portland. We're going to take advantage of all the opportunities that we have amongst one another, and we're going to pass out some free gear. So thank you so much for coming out. I love you, Portland.